Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to No Drama Just Movies Rapid Reviews. So, I watched Stranger Things Season 5 Episode 8 recently, and I had some thoughts. Again, there will be major spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, go and watch it, and then come back here. Let's do this. Right off the bat, the action scenes were amazing. The visuals were stunning. The planets coming together, the post-apocalyptic colours, the scene with the Mind Flayer attacking the gang and then Elle stepping in, loved it. Suitably epic for the final episode, and I wish I could have seen this in IMAX. I mean, look at these shots! The last time I've seen something on this scale was Paul and the Sandworm in Dune 2. While I did like the action and all the things that went wrong with the plan, it didn't have the impact they surely intended. And I think it's because there aren't that many character moments. I like the conversation Steve and Jonathan have at the beginning, where they pretty much bury the hatchet, or the conversation between Will and Mike, but I would have wanted more of that. It also doesn't help the stakes that the Duffers still refuse to sacrifice anyone important. Sorry, Carly, I'll get to you in a second. If, say, Steve would have died early on when they teased it, it would have sent a message that nobody was safe in this episode, and I would have been a lot more worried the whole way through. When the show focused more on the characters and gave itself time to slow down a little, that's when, at least for me, it reached its heights. I appreciated the insight into Henry's history, that he's not the big evil mastermind, but closer to the kids, a corrupted vessel for the Mind Flayer. And I really enjoyed Jamie Campbell-Bower's performance in this. He sheds the nice guy act and gets to be more menacing again, and now with his own face. Dustin and Steve bringing the same weapons at the beginning was a nice touch. It shows how alike they are and why they're such good friends. Both of them stabbing the Mind Flayer for Eddie was sweet as well, especially after the argument in the last volume. This is what I wanted. The original team, Mike, Will, Dustin, Lucas and Elle, and some of the closer secondary characters, Nancy, Jonathan and Steve, taking down Vecna and the Mind Flayer, solving the problem themselves. Joyce finishing Vecna off while everyone who's been hurt by him is watching was a satisfying ending to that conflict, and I liked how pitiful Vecna dies. Except then there was still about an hour left. The ending is longer than for the final Lord of the Rings. And I get it. The Duffers have to wrap up almost as many story threads as Tolkien. And some of it works. Moments like Steve getting a bit emotional when Dustin talks about making friends. Moments like Jonathan, Nancy, Steve and Robin hanging out on the roof of the Squawk. That got me more than Elle's sacrifice or Carly's death. Right, I promised. Now, I don't know if I care for Carly that much. You can't have a character absent for years and then expect me to care about her. Now, it's not like the Duffers haven't managed to make me care about someone in the shortest span of time. Eddie is still one of my favourite side characters in this show. But his death was impactful because, well, the absolute charm nugget that is Joseph Quinn, right? But also because of how it affected the others, particularly Dustin. That's what was missing with Carly. Sure, she and Elle call each other sister and all that, but I didn't feel like there was anything behind that word. I didn't feel that a death will leave a lasting open wound. That D&D game for the main kids at the end was so much fun. And I loved Mike's story about Elle surviving. Is it real? Is it what he wants to have happened? And maybe the ending could have been just that if they had kept the cast contained. Our pals from the beginning, and Max, because Max is awesome and she deserves a place at the table, playing one more round of D&D while they think about their future. Overall, I think the final episode delivered. Cool action, fitting for a major feature film, one last ride for our beloved gang, and all the stories getting wrapped up. Yes, not all the stakes felt equally heightened, and the ending, understandably, dragged a little bit, but I'm not annoyed. In fact, I'm thinking of rewatching the first season again, just to stay in the world a little longer and revisit, like the gang did, where it all started. And that's really all. Goodbye, Stranger Things. Thank you for your service. Now roll credits.